Hi everybody, this is Justin with Elliott's Estate Sales, and today I am at Goodwill in Southwest Oklahoma City. This Goodwill, it's been here I think probably since the early 70s, and it's kind of hit or miss here. Either you're going to get a really good stuff, or it's going to be like super old stuff that is very used. Southside Oklahoma City, unfortunately I would say that the medium income here is not very high. And so a lot of the Goodwills that you are going to go to and you're going to attend, the stuff comes from the neighborhood and the area surrounding that store. And so a lot of the different locations that you'll go to here in Oklahoma City and the Oklahoma City Metro, Norman Goodwills are going to have a lot more quality stuff, a lot more youthful stuff, more aimed toward, the younger generation. And I say younger generation, I mean under 30. Mid-generation would be between 30 and 50. And then 50 and over would be the older generation, in my opinion, as far as ideal shopper going into a used thrift store. I'm gonna go ahead and see what I can find today. I'm not really looking for anything specifically. I have lots of shoes that are in backstock order, as backstock, I guess I should just say backstock period. I probably have about 200 or 300 pairs of shoes right now. I am running low on purses. I've got about 600 books in stock right now. I want to say probably about 100, maybe 150 purses that are in stock right now. My numbers right now, I think I have 975 items for sale, and that's across all the platforms. I do sell on Mercari. I do sell on eBay, I do sell on Poshmark, and I sell on Amazon. Those are the four that I sell on primarily. I had a couple folks asking me whether or not I'm selling on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace or any of the other local resale apps. And I am not. I prefer to be able to purchase something and then ship it, and then be able to have a customer that's going to leave me a good review and then be able to get my payment. I do not really like to deal with a local market unless I'm going to be doing an estate sale, and I'm selling a whole house full of stuff. So that being said, I had a couple people ask me about that from the last video that I had done. I had a lady in Edmond that I delivered the purse to. It's the blue and purple velvet purse that I sold. If you look on our Facebook, which is Elliott's Estate Sales. If you go into the very top search bar on Facebook and you look up Elliott's Estate Sales, you'll be able to see my page and also a group. The group, I shared a really pretty 60s blue purple velvet purse from Jerome's here in Oklahoma City. And I delivered that purse, and her question to me was I still doing estate sales, even though I was providing reseller videos and educational videos, so that resellers could know what to sell alternatively towards, what you normally find at an estate sale, furniture and vintage items, artwork, collectibles, kitchen items, etc. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to educate you guys that there are so many other things to resell online, and things that hold their residual value and that might be able to make your profit margins increase and get your average selling item a lot higher than, say, an item that you buy for $1/4 that you sell for $5 plus $5 shipping. Anyway, I am still doing estate sales. I have always done estate sales. I will probably always do estate sales as long as I have my two hands and I am a free, able-bodied individual. I will always do estate sales. That's not going anywhere anytime soon. The purpose for our videos and my videos that I'm doing currently are to increase awareness of our business, increase awareness of reselling, and to build our following even larger than it is. So that's my goals for these videos. If anybody was wondering, I hope you enjoy them. If you do enjoy them, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm going to go ahead and get into Goodwill and go see what we can find. Okay. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, as you can tell, the first place I'm going to go is going to be the purses. What I'm going to be looking for is going to be the quality of build. I immediately generally can feel leather versus vegan leather, good quality velvets, good quality constructions. Now, immediately this out of the bags that I had touched caught my eye because it was so clean. It is an Anne Klein, and it was pleather, and kind of like a canvas fabric. Really clean, and I thought it would be cute for spring. And I just saw one kind of little marking on it. As I keep on looking, I'm just feeling for the material and the quality of build. Coach purses, Louis Vuitton purses, Tory Burch purses. Those do really well for me. Any kind of designer brand that is of good construction, good quality leather, lamb leather, calf leather. This particular bag actually caught my eye because it looked like a vintage Coach bag with that brass buckle in the front. But after looking at the interior, it was actually Talbot's. So you have to check those brands. And with Coaches, you really want to buy a bag with a creed. And that being said, this bag is a crossbody. Really cute little modern orange. It's got the new decal on the front, but no creed number, and none of the hardware is stamped Coach. No authentication kind of tag or anything. They've got it marked $16. Gonna pass on that. If I could get it half off, maybe, but I'd have to research and make sure the bag was authentic. This is going to be an Antonio Mellini, good quality suede, cute little shoulder purse, perfect for spring. I just have a bunch of these already that are listed, and I'm just not interested in messing with that one. I really didn't like the design on that one. Too neutral for spring. Need to be brighter for sure. And sorry about the video quality, y'all. There for a minute, I let the camera touch the basket. The furniture at Goodwill's are hit and miss. You'll obviously get some early 90s and 80s styles, but sometimes you can get a sofa or a love seat or a lazy boy recliner that will actually bring a couple $100 on Facebook Marketplace and a Craigslist. So keep your eye out on the furniture. There's generally a lot of really good pieces to chalk paint and stain, sand. A little wood filler goes a long way. The shoes, generally I'm going to look at kids' shoes, but I have a ton of shoes right now in inventory. I've probably got about 200 pairs of shoes that need to be listed. And so unless it's perfect and it's awesome and it catches my eye, I'm really not interested. Cute little pair of just slip-on tassel loafers there. Now, with the brands of shoes, I mean, obviously Nike is going to bring you some money if you can get a good quality. New Balance does really well for me. Columbia does really well for me. The ladies' shoes, Cole Haans do really well. Tory Burch do really well. Prada does really well. Salvatore Ferragamo is a brand that you want to look at for sure. And I'll try to make a video for you at some point or another on the brands of shoes that you should keep your eyes out for. Now, quality and, good secondhand quality is going to be what you really want to look for on shoes. This Goodwill really didn't have that much of a selection on electronics, just a coffee maker. Now, this Singer, it is a entry-level model, small, not necessarily a featherweight for sure. Those probably sell for about $130 new. And they had a good price on it if you really needed a sewing machine, but to ship that, pack it up, list all the details on it, photograph it, it's really not worth it. Especially with free shipping. A lot of the transactions that I do, I actually I add and figure the shipping into the actual resale cost. So if I can't get it for a certain amount of money, it's really not worth it. Now, they do have lots of books, and the discount color is yellow for this week. I don't really see a lot of yellow in there at all. More than likely, they've probably already grabbed all of those up, and they did that on Sunday. You'll notice some Goodwills, they will literally take all the sell items, and they'll completely remove it before you even get a chance to go there. You'll show up, and there is literally nothing in the entire store for sale that's on sale. Everything is the new product for the new color of the week. I try to go in a Goodwill, at least one Goodwill a day. Now, I did see this awesome little Avon Mints bottle. It's an aftershave bottle. Pretty good shape there. These can go for $15, $25 depending on the smell and the design. And with the dollar sign on it, obviously it caught my eye. No, I will put that in my basket and just kind of research it. Now, $3 is a little bit. It was a yellow. That's what the Y was for, so it would have been half off. So we'll just keep on going. I do have a basket full of some items. I did spot some shoes down here that looked pretty clean. And you see there at the pinky toe there, distressed, there's a hole. And that was actually on both sides of them, and that's not repairable. I'm not a magician, so... Now, leather work, some staining, stuff like that, I'll definitely repair and replenish some shoes and purses, but if you didn't have good quality materials in the first place, it's kind of hard to make a good repair. Now, coffee mugs, I love to sell coffee mugs. They do sell really well. They actually sell well in my estate sales. They sell well online as well. What you really want to look for is official branded products. Anybody can slap a logo on a coffee mug and print it out from China. Those are not the ones that you necessarily want to get unless it's just a really awesome coffee mug. And if it is, just don't expect as much for it. Most of my coffee mugs sell anywhere between $15 and $50. Now, this one is a good brand. It's branded, but did you see how disgusting it was in the interior? Someone obviously had used it, to use a spoon and, shake up their coffee or whatever. It was scratched in the inside. You don't ever want anything like this. Now, this caught my eye because I thought it was a Fiesta Wear, a newer creamer pitcher, but no, that was not the case. It was just a knockoff. Now, I've got 4 of these in stock right now, and they need to be listed. They do sell for about $13 to $14, depending on which platform you sell them on. And that's just the standard normal coffee cup that they give you at some coffee places, or you will have to buy them for about $5 or $10. People do like to buy them online. Coffee mugs that are personalized, like this one that says Wendy, I like to get ones that have names and that are personalized. They do sell well for me. They're a perfect gift for somebody that you work with or what have you. Everybody loves coffee. Coffee definitely keeps me a lot nicer of a person. So I did like this one as well. You want to look for specific niches. This one is for a hair technician or stylist. Nurses, coffee cups do really well, specifically at the estate sale. Any kind of oddity coffee cup does really well for me online. Now, I did like this little vintage picture with the ducks on it, or the swans. No, I guess they are ducks, but they're super cute, and it was just really lightweight and stuff, but I'm sure it's just a mass production. You can see the seam there on the very bottom. That's something that you want to look for things that are put together very inexpensively and mass-produced. And that was just a glaze on top of there, but somebody would definitely like that if you had a little country antique booth, and depending on what side of the city you were on. I thought that was stoneware. It didn't really look like it was marked. Now, the glass items, any kind of pottery or glass items or breakables, unless it's really, really special, I normally don't buy it because I don't want to risk getting broken. Now, you'll see the very first thing I see on this one is it's a really cute mug. There's no chips on the rim, no chips on the handle. And then, wah, wah, there's no official, Mars M&M product. So I'm going to pass on it. It's a cute cup, but, it just diminishes the value if it's not official product. And it wasn't vintage that I could tell. So now I love this little china set. That is so cute. I love the colors. It would be perfect for an apartment or, maybe a small couple or something. But I just don't need any more china. I've got plenty of it now. Now, I did like that color pattern. I try not to take anything that is white and blue or traditional in any way with the china because it's just not going to sell. There's so much of it listed. These cups are awesome. And you notice the first thing I do is flip them over because I'm looking for, a Danbury mint or, something like that to tell me that they are an official product and they have permission from Ford or Lincoln to be on those cups. Nevertheless, I did pick them out and pick them up because I wanted to research them. For all I know, in a set of 6, they sell for $100. But I highly doubt it. But I wanted to research it for you guys anyway. Really cute little set there. But you see it's a no-name brand. It looks like something that would actually be served at like a little Mexican restaurant or something. It'd be a perfect set for that. Now, with these items around here, you're going to notice that a lot of them are going to have dust because they just don't sell. And that is going to be a clue for you for sure that if it's got dust on it at a Goodwill, people come into a Goodwill with the set in mind that they're going to buy something. You don't go into Goodwill thinking you're not going to buy anything. And if you do, that's great, but I don't. But dust is definitely a sign of something that if it didn't sell on Goodwill, it's probably not going to sell online. But that being said, I have seen a needle in a haystack. Found a Louis Vuitton bag, found a Prada bag in the mix of a purses that somebody didn't see. A lot of people aren't coming into a Goodwill and actually looking to resell. They're looking for, a specific size of shoe or a specific size or style of a clothing that they want for themselves, maybe for an event. But most people that go into Goodwill are just like our shoppers at an estate sale. They're resellers and they're looking to buy something to flip it online. And it is a big draw and a big, drive of the business in the retail and thrift world. Now, those red leather shoes, I did like those. I did not see those the first time I went and looked over here at the shoe department. Grab those. Definitely want to research those. These are Harley, but if you notice they're at the rim, they are not leather. Leather lowers, and that little trim at the top is pleather, or vegan leather, as they like to say now as a keyword. Not interested. Just going to save myself a return and a bad feedback right then and there. Now, a lot of Harley Davidson stuff is very, very well made. And if it's in good condition, it will sell really, really quickly. Biker stuff is very expensive. Any kind of bikers, jackets, chaps, anything like that normally does really, really well. If it is leather, it's expensive more than likely. And these shoes look pretty clean. Now you'll notice there on the trim of them that they're yellow and not white. And if they were still bright white, then they would be a perfect candidate to resell. They're high tops, they're size 13. I think I could probably clean them up a little bit, but I'm just going to keep those and research them when I get done. Jeans are also something that you could definitely take a look at. There are specific brands, there are specific Levi's that are very valuable, $50, $25, depending on the style, the cut, the size. And that's part of the reason why I really don't like to sell a lot of clothing, is because there are so many sizes. And I started reselling when you were in a time where you had to measure every single thing, and if there was, a mismeasurement, eBay would allow them to return it. But this is before I went to free returns altogether. It works better for me and my brand and for the customer. Better experience for me. Now, top coats, any kind of sport coats, those do really well right now. If I didn't have a camera in my hand at the time, I probably would have looked that up and actually see what it was worth. It looked like it was in good shape with suede elbow protectors or covers. Jeans, you're going to look for Elliott, specific kind of Levi's, any kind of CK1s from the early 90s. Vintage jeans do real well, and people may be buying them actually to cut them off and make them shorts, for all you know. I try to stay away from any kind of jeans that I know that are just everywhere. No Massimo brands, no Walmart brands, really no JCPenney brands as well. You want a classic look, classic fit, and it needs to be vintage. And those gray Wranglers that you saw me take a second look at, those were a good opportunity maybe to make some money, maybe $20, $30. But again, I just don't like selling clothes. I've done it before. And at this time, I just don't have the setup to do it. Now, if I found something spectacular, I would definitely make it happen. Hi guys. Unfortunately, I looked up all of those items, the car glasses. I looked up the two purses, the one by Talbots and then the one by Anne Klein. And I also looked up those shoes, those Nike red shoes. Not worth it. The comparables on the shoes were anywhere between, brand new was $150, and those are really good shape. But the problem is that any of those Nikes, especially like the older ones, I say older ones that are at least 10 years old, if they had a white rubber sole, a lot of that polish from that white comes off, and it is impossible to make it look pristine and new again. And if you paint it, or if you take white polish and put on that rubber, it's just going to come off as soon as it gets wet. And so in order to decrease the rate of return and maybe decrease an unsatisfied customer. I decided not to get those. The glasses weren't worth it. I saw one comparable for a set of 2 for $12 that sold like a month ago. Not worth it. I didn't really find much in that Goodwill, and I never really do. This is the south side of Oklahoma City's Goodwill. I want to say this is like Southeast 89th Street in Penn. And so I literally only have about 20 or 30 minutes to give today in order to come to this Goodwill. I was just on this side of town. So I don't come here often, and I didn't find anything that was worth reselling. And so sometimes that's the way it is. I know I like to show a lot of really good successful hauls, but in the middle of all of those, there are very unsuccessful hauls too. And you have to put the time in, and you have to be willing to travel and drive and go to different destinations. Here in Oklahoma City, I want to say we probably have about 40 different Goodwills all over. We've got East Norman, West Norman, Moore has 2. Oklahoma City has about 8, and they're all over the place. If you go to Goodwill.com, you should be able to locate all the Goodwills. There's probably another 10 Salvation Armies. Where I would advise to go and shop is going to be where the median income is. In zip codes and Salvation Armies in zip codes of 73160, 73118, 73112, 73116. Those are the zip codes in Oklahoma City that have the largest, greatest median income. And so what you'll start to learn when you start shopping Goodwills is that a lot of the stuff is from the neighborhood that the Goodwill is within. And so if it's not a really high valued area, most of the homes in this side of town are 2 bedrooms, 1 bath, 1 car garage, very modest homes. And so this is going to be an example of an opportunity that I went to Goodwill, spent 30 minutes in there, and I'm pretty confident that I didn't really find anything because I have sold in all of these different categories: women's clothing, men's clothing, women's shoes, men's shoes, and I've gone through all of these and decided which ones were most profitable for me. And the ones that are most profitable for me within a Goodwill is top being purses and shoes. That's the reason why you see me sell so much purses and shoes. Next thing on the list is going to be jackets. Jackets do sell really well. There's normally a lot of markup in jackets, especially in winter. Right now we're in a winter spring season. It's late December, and it will be cold in Oklahoma from January, February to March, April, and that's just Oklahoma. So clothing, as far as that goes, I like to stay in jackets, and shoes, purses, Goodwill, and a lot of the home stuff, depending on what it is. If it's glassware, if it's a piece of artwork, something like that, those are immediate things that I'm going to consider because they're easy to ship, easy to photograph, and they aren't going to break. Now, breakables, the glassware, it has to be something special. And I normally look up all of my stuff before I am to purchase it. Because I don't want my storage, places filled with things that I'm going to be sitting on for the next 5 to 10 years. I want something that's going to be a quick flip, and if I'm going to have to sit on it, I want to know that it's going to hold its residual value. And so, I find my best success on shoes and purses from Goodwills. Now that we'll get into books and stuff like that as well. And generally, what I will do is I will take a day and I will say, look, today we're going to go get books. And today we're going to go get shoes. Today we're going to go get purses. And if I see something along the way that isn't in the category, then I will consider it. But you have to have to keep in mind that you want those good quality items for your store, and you want people to have the perception when they come to your stores that you have nice things, not stuff that may be in not good shape. So I hope you guys enjoyed coming with me today. And if you like this content, please subscribe and hit the like button.